As you know, the real estate market is very exciting, and now more homes on the market than ever, and that means opportunities to get into real estate. So a lot of folks are saying, well, let's set new goals, and how about maybe a new career? So here to discuss, and this is a great guy to discuss this, Mike Anapolsky. Great to be with you.
Great to be with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And I tell you what, we're talking about how the market's fluctuating, and that fluctuation is actually working in the favor of those that may want to make real estate a career.
Yes, we were just talking about that. You know, the interest rates have been going up, and this morning the Fed announced that they're probably not going to make any changes downward in 23, so we're going to stay flat, which means it's going to slow the housing market down. Right. It just is, okay? With that slowness, though, comes opportunity. And I think people that are thinking about, you know, the new year, a new career, new things to do, you can really take advantage. As I said, 5 months ago in North Florida, there were 1,000 homes listed. Okay. Now there's almost 8,000 homes listed.
Okay, 8 times, that's a big number. So yeah. A lot of most folks don't realize that. I said, okay, so there's your opportunities right there. Right. How can our viewers that are interested in this find some of these opportunities or get started? Where should you get started?
Sure, that's a great question. It's simpler now to find work in the sense that you can go online. So I would go online, and our experience tells us, and having dealt, you know, we're on the air now 14 years and working in the real estate business in this market for that long, is that the bigger agencies can be the most helpful, at least in the beginning. Some of them will evolve out and go to smaller boutique stores. But the bigger agencies, so go online and look at the programs, look at the availabilities, and agencies, and I'll say a name like a Watson, which is the biggest agency in town, they also tend to have great training programs. Okay. They can develop people along. They have great sales materials. They have mentoring programs, and they have the most listings. So, you know, that may be a direction and a path to take. Go online, look at the different opportunities that exist at the bigger agencies to get started. Now, you may have a friend that can get you into a smaller boutique agency, and that's fine too. And is there an advantage of one to another? There's advantages on both sides. You know, there's advantage to being the biggest, and there's advantage to being smaller and boutique as your career develops. But to get started, absolutely, go online and look for the ones that have the biggest and best training programs.
That makes sense. And maybe some folks do maybe a little mentoring, or they could go in and do a little job shadowing, things like that could be set up. And
some of the companies do provide, the bigger companies provide that because they want you to succeed. They want you to get listings. Okay. The only caveat, the last thing is make sure that you're prepared to, for at least about 90 days or so, have a little nest egg. Have a little bit of money put away, because you're not going to get that first commission until probably into that 80, 90-day window. So
it could be a little transition period for sure.
Yeah, so just be prepared. I think most people know that, but just saying it again.
Okay, and maybe to reiterate, maybe some of the key programs they should look for when getting started?
Sure, sales training, sales planning, marketing, brand building, how to build my own brand, because that's what we do at Home Connect TV. You know, we help individual agents and companies build their brands. So you want to be able to understand and know and be trained on how to work on all of those processes. And then you know, good old-fashioned putting together your sales presentation, because you're going to go to homes and you're going to say, here's why you should hire me as the agent for this listing. So be able to develop and put together something really nice and good and easy. Okay. Because consumers don't want to, you know, they get too gussied up and fancied up when it comes to, you know, to having a conversation about you representing me to sell my home. And that's really critical, that you keep it simple and have good solid pieces. And that's why I was saying earlier that in the beginning, to get started working with a bigger agency, they have more materials. They have more training in some of these areas. The brand is more recognized, so you're going to probably have a better chance. The last opportunity in numbers, if you will, is new home building. Okay. You know, because there was such a push up until, you know, the interest rates started going up and we had so little inventory here, a lot of builders are building all over North Florida, as you probably know. I mean, there's, you know, I live out at the beach, and as soon as I cross the intercoastal, it explodes. And so there's going to be a lot of opportunities. So another hint is to really understand how that process works. There's going to be a lot of townhomes, condominiums, and home parks, et cetera, gated communities that are coming up over the next few years.
So do a little homework ahead of time, understanding how the marketplace is working and preparation before you go in.
Oh, are you kidding? Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah. And I think the builders, especially, they want to know that you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know, and that you can independently create a marketplace within your world, your sphere, and then bring it to them. They can build the houses and they can build the condos and the towns. They're not great sometimes at marketing and selling, and that's where, you know, you as an agent, a new agent, an excited agent, and well-trained agent can really help and create a niche there for yourself too.
Yeah, very good. Great points, and Happy New Year.
Yes.
And setting those new goals and maybe even a career in real estate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Highly recommended. You can also go to our website at homeconnecttv.com
Yes.
and learn more about it and reach out to our offices.
Yeah, you got a lot of great people for sure.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Michael. And
Good
of
to see
course,
you.
great seeing you as always. And of course, you can take another look at this segment and watch Home Connect TV on ABC 25 WJXX 7 days a week with hundreds of homes for sale. Well, we could even say thousands now, right? For sale across the First Coast.